the problem, which is in essence measurement. Okay. Now, we have a latecomer to the class. Um, so be sure that you understand what measurement method is. That's important. So even before I do this, since we had someone that had to come late because of their work, I just want to mention this. Okay, so if I was going to divide 12 divided by 4, right, I could say 12 minus 4, okay, that's 8, minus 4 is 4, minus 4 is 0. There's no remainder, and how many times did I do it? 3 times. So that's where we build up to the long division algorithm. That's where that comes from. So when I say measurement method, I just mean repeated subtraction. Okay. Now I'm going to do long division like I used to do it. And let's see what we get. So I'm going to do it over here in case I need to go down a little bit. And 392 and 7. Okay, I like to take it easy if I can. So I'm just going to look at 39. From memory, the closest thing I can get to is 35. So 5 times 7 is 35. And then 39 minus 35, I believe, is 4. If I bring down this 2, I get 42. What can I multiply 7 by to get 42? I believe that would be 6. 42, subtract, there's a remainder of 0. Okay, now, if you're joining us late because of your work, someone in the class already mentioned that they don't really, some people don't even do long division in their course, or they don't do it very often. So I want to ask, does this make sense? Would you have done anything different? Do you think I'm wrong? Those types of questions. Is that okay?
It's been a really long time since I've done long division. Can you go through that just one more time?
I'd be happy to.
Thank you.
I borrowed a water bottle from my wife because I'm like, I'm not drinking enough water. Wasn't. I was not. So I'll be happy to take a break, drink some water, and do long division. All right, so let's do it. Okay, let's do this one, and then we'll do the other one. Let me think of a good problem. Let me think of a side problem, just real quick. Let's try it. Let's try this one, and then we'll get back to this one. I like showing this one too. So 4 into 64. Maybe you just know the answer. If you do, great. Ignore me. But if you want to know long division, or at least how I do long division, just look at the first digit. So the first digit here is bigger than 4. So I say, okay, what can I multiply 4 by to get 6? Well, it's too big. Or it's too big and it's too small, right? Because it's not quite 8. So I can't quite do that. So I would do 1 here. Okay, so that would give me 4. And then I'll subtract there. So 6 minus 4 is 2. And then I can bring this 4 down and I get 4. Okay, so what can I multiply 4 by to get 24? 6 times 4 is 24. So I could put a 6 here. 6 times 4 is 24. And then if I subtract it, I get 0. So there's no remainder. It's even. So I think 4 times 16 is 64. 16 times 4. And you guys hated me for this and continue to hate me. You can send the hate mail in. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 10 is 40. 4 and 6, 64. Checks out. Checks out. Okay. So that's a little demo. I like showing that one because the first place value was 1 because this one was larger. We didn't have that here. So that was kind of missing. Kind of missing from my lecture. All right, let's see. So 7, 3, 92. So 3 is too small for 7. So I got to go up. What could I multiply 7 by to get as close as possible to 39? Well, 28, so 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. So 5 times 7 is 35. If I subtract 39 minus 35 is 4, bringing the 2 down. Now I think, how close could I get to 42? 35 plus 7. Yep. So put the 6 there. That gives me 42. Subtract 0 remainder. 0 remainder. Okay. So it should work. It should evenly divide. We have no remainder. 56. All right, now I'm in teacher mode. That was student mode. Now I'm in teacher mode. How am I going to show that this is 56? Am I going to have 56 groups? I could. I don't want to. I could. I'm gonna do 7 groups. Okay, so this is my plan of attack here. I gotta make a plan. Okay, so I'm gonna make 7. That seems a lot better than 56 groups. So I'm gonna make 7 groups. So let me make this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugh. I think 7 groups sounds better to me than 56 groups, but it would be equivalent. All right, so we've started somewhere. That's cool. Let's change colors and get in there. So we got to do our pieces now. So we've got a flat, long, and units. So there is my flat. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. And then let me draw my longs. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we need 2 units. Okay, I gotta break this up. Okay, I told you I kind of started on a bad one. Alright, so algorithm, not so bad. We did that. And in fact, if you don't mind, if you've got the time, I might rewrite this over here. Because I might need the space that I can find. 392, 56, minus 35, 42, 42, 0. Okay, I'm going to move that because I need the space. All right, cool. So I want to break this up into 7 groups, and that doesn't look like that's quite possible with where I'm at. So, because I have 3 flats, and that's not going to split evenly. I can't group that into 7s so easily. I also have 2 units, and I know that that's not quite right either. So I need to do something about that. We're in base 10. So I at least started in base 10. I didn't, start the discussion in a different base, so that's at least appreciated. Okay. All right, so from there, we want to, I think we're gonna have to break these up. I don't know what else I could do. I wish my program had a better way of doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pretty sure I just wrote 30 of those. Okie dokie. So we gotta split these up. We have 30 here. We have 39, right? 39 from the original problem. Now, how are we gonna split this up into sevens? I have 39 longs and 2 units. How can I break this up? Seems like we're gonna have to donate some longs as well. I think we're gonna have to exchange. We could plan it out, how many we need. We have 2 now, so I could make 22 pretty easy. I could make 32 pretty easy. I could make 42 pretty easy. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I have 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would give me 42 units, and I know how to split that up into sevens. So I gotta draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I broke those up. Now I have my units. I have 42 units. I know how to break those up evenly into 7, a group of 7. I have 42 units divided by 7 is 6. So now I know, okay, each one gets 6 units. Or you could have started with the longs. For some reason I did units first. But I think I got 6 there. So everybody gets 6. Okay. Now, how many do I have here? 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was I supposed to not have? I drew an extra one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was only supposed to have 9 from the beginning, so that was a slip of the pen. I didn't, I'm not adjusting the math. I was only supposed to draw 9 there. So I exchanged 4, got my units. Okay. Now I have 35 divided by 7. Everybody gets 5. Okay, so let's draw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I have 7 groups. With 5 longs and 6 units. Okay. I carried out the plan. Looking back, I would have written an easier problem. Looking back, easier problem. Okay, but that's what I think it is. So I have 7 groups, 5 longs, 6 units. Tried to demonstrate my exchange and regrouping for what I could. Um, now, Ideally, we wouldn't be doing this with shapes and symbols. We would be doing this with physical pieces in person. That would be ideal. Or even better, you would be working with a student one-on-one and you'd be working with this. Anytime we cross something out, we'd be putting it back in the box. We're exchanging, we're putting those away, we're getting the pieces out. Okay, so that's the ideal. The worst thing you could possibly do is have this discussion over Zoom and a PowerPoint slide. That's the worst you could do, and that's what we're doing. So we have 7 groups, and each one has 5 longs, 6 units, 56. 392 divided by 7 is 56. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms about that? Is that okay? You can really read this. Myra, you are just coming to class. I think that's how I pronounce your name. I'm not sure. Um, does it make any sense how I'm subtracting away, exchanging the pieces? I'm curious because you came in late, so I'm wondering how it's going. Um, Richard, Christopher, Mary, John Tay, how is it? How is it? I thought, let's just start this lecture with base 10. There's no one says we have to start with base 5. There's no one that said we had to start with base 7. So let's just, um, I'm still not a fan of pictures. Okay. I mean, if you know how to do the long division algorithm, it's pretty tough to not just do that. It's pretty tough. But we have to think, what if we didn't even know what division meant? If we didn't even know what that meant, okay, each person gets, um, let's break this up into a more exciting problem. Let's say longs are those long Tootsie Rolls, and units are the little Tootsie Rolls, okay? So everybody gets 5 long Tootsie Rolls, and everybody gets 6, well, if we have 7 students, everyone gets 6 little ones, and that evenly breaks up, and we can do that. We can do our exchange, okay? I guess this was a sheet of uh, Tootsie Roll, and we broke them into our pieces, okay? That would be a much more exciting problem, and it is the same thing. So if we think about these sheets of Tootsie Rolls, and we break them into 10, okay, then we have to exchange these into pieces. We break those up. This would be such a great activity. I wonder if there is any candy where I could ever do that. But, um, exchanging it physically in person, that's the ideal. That's the ideal. When I'm crossing these out, I'm putting them in the box. Or even better, the student puts them in the box and then takes the pieces out. Okay, now we're looking at these pieces. We have 39 long Tootsie Rolls. Well, we can also not divide that by 7, so we had to exchange 7 long Tootsie Rolls for 40 little Tootsie Rolls. And now we can divide it because we have 42, so all 7 people get 6 little Tootsie Rolls. Okay, so that would be ideal. The worst thing you could do is just draw a big mess like I did. That would be the worst thing you could do. Okay, so hopefully